How do you buy a home and then also sell your current home without being homeless? Let's talk about it. So you own a home and you want to upgrade, or let's say you want to just go somewhere else, get a smaller piece of property. Maybe you want to buy a farm, but you're like, Zach, I own my property right now. In this market, I know I could sell my home for top dollar and quickly. That's not the question. The question is, how do I go about buying my next home without being homeless? And the answer isn't simple, because there's a lot of different ways we can accomplish this. The most common way is utilizing the must-sell addendum, kind of in reverse. Now, the must-sell addendum is something that we as realtors utilize when we're putting offers in on a property. If you were trying to sell your home, let's say 2 years ago, before the market really started to heat up, even though it was technically still a seller's market then, let's say you submitted an offer while your home is still active on the market, not under contract, we would put in a must-sell addendum saying, hey, we're putting in this offer, and we want to go ahead and start the process, but we're saying we have to sell our home in X amount of time, or we'll walk away from the deal. And in some cases, we'll even allow you to take in backup offers and allow showings to keep going during that time frame, so as you're not missing out on opportunities while we're still trying to sell our home. Now, in this situation, we have the opposite problem. Homes are selling like this, meaning if you get your home sold, you may not be able to get into your dream home as quickly as you may like. There's not as much time to shop around. So there's a few different ways we can do this, but one is reversing the must-sell addendum by putting in a document with our sale that says, hey, congratulations, we'll allow you to buy our home at your current offer. Maybe there were 3 or 4 on the table, but we are not setting a settlement date until we find our next property. And we can put a time frame in there. We can have a separate document called an addendum, which means a change, and we can have that addendum state we'll have 120 days to buy our next property and get ready to get to the closing table, or else we'll renegotiate. And that is something that in this market is extremely accomplishable, because buyers are simply just excited to have their offer accepted. Another option, if you're financially able, is to be able to go and buy your property first. If you can get approved for your loan without actually selling your home first, I would 100% go out and put in offers before your home is on the market. Now, this is something I never would have advised 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, but now it's completely understandable and smart, if you can do it, to go out and put an offer in and get it accepted, and then go and sell our property. Now, this is only an option if it's not contingent, meaning the bank knows you'll hold 2 mortgages and they're okay with it. They can see you make enough money compared to your debt. So if you can do this, being able to buy the next property and then sell the other one quickly is a great move, and you can lead right into a double closing where you sell your home in this room and then you buy your home in the next room. Number 3 is probably the least, luxurious option, but family and friends holding you over in between the 2 homes is an option. If you have a family member that's local, if you have a friend that has a rental property, anything like this, or even finding a short-term rental, which can be difficult, is an option while you search for your next home. You can get this home sold onto the market and off the market, taking advantage of the massive equity you can take advantage of, have a short-term rental or a family or a friend that owns a property, and then go shopping while that is happening, while you're renting that home. Now, that does involve 2 moves, and that's why it's the least usable option, and one I don't really suggest. I usually suggest the first 2, but those are at least options and gives you the chance to get the massive amount of equity that you can possibly get out of your home and still buy your next property and upgrade. It is a possibility, it is an option, and there is one last option I would suggest. Maybe consider not selling your first property, instead renting it out. A lot of banks, especially if close relations with credit unions and things like that, will look at a signed lease as a form of revenue. And if the rent is higher than the mortgage, then basically we have a situation where you're making money off the property. It's no longer a liability, giving you the opportunity on your debt to income ratio. I don't know why I did this like it was fake. Your debt to income ratio to be able to go and buy the next property, and now you have something that's income producing and you're still gaining equity. That's like bonus tip number 4 that I would highly suggest utilizing if you can afford to do so and if you're ready to build that rental property empire. And that is episode number 3 of Loft Talk.